This conference will now be recorded.
ಈಗ ಅವ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತೇನ್ರಿ ಈ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದನ್ನ ಓಕೆ ಇದು ಎಡ ಬಟನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ Good morning everyone. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you getting the things now? Audible?
Yes,
It is
sir.
audible or what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now PPT is also it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
Now
sir.
what is there in the PPT slide?
Yes,
It is
sir.
present.
Concept of marma.
Concept of
Marma.
Marma.
okay.
Marma.
Yesterday we have completed just the definition of marma. So anyone among you regarding definition of marma? What exactly you know about marma? Anyone?
मर्माणी नामस मांस सीरा अस्ति संधि सन्निपात.
Means what?
Means मर्म is मांस सीरा स्नायु संधि अस्ति. In सबका सन्निपात means मर्म.
So all these where they join together. Join means junction. Junction of mamsa, sira, snayu, asti and sandhi marma. Sandhi. All these are called as marma vastu. Is it clear? Please take down this word. It is called as, all these are called as marma vastu. So where they join and that there it forms the marma. So what concept belongs to this that introduction part of the marma? The knowledge of marma should be known to surgeon or any doctor, and the knowledge is also used in the war field or animal hunting, and same points can be included under the heading of surface anatomy. Surface we can find them on the skin surface so that we can damage such structures. Then the marma chikitsa is also very important concept where the same marma vital points are used for the treatment purpose. Then the same concept is used as the acupuncture in the Chinese medicine where they are going to prick some needles on a particular part of the body. So overall, by seeing the concept of marma, a point that can kill or may give rise to pain, or one must protect those particular parts of the body. And second point, and they are the points were used for the healing purpose. There are two important parts here. One is that part of the body should be protected properly, or may lead to the if there is any injury, then lead to the pain, or it may gives rise to severe deformity, or there may be a death. These 2 points you should remember. So these are the this is what the definition yesterday we have discussed, and they are also called as marma vastus. So once that part is injured, this basically this concept explains about the injury or traumatic or trauma or any defect over that part. Then here the word complex structural distribution. So everywhere we have mamsa, everywhere we have the blood vessels like that. It is complex structural distribution. So the second point is injury on a particular part of the body. So this is to just to show the different systems in our body where different total altogether they are maintaining the homeostasis of the body. What do you mean by homeostasis of the body? Temperature should be maintained.
Internal body environment. Maintenance of
Internal
constant
environment should be
Maintain
maintained.
constant temperature.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Suppose all these the systems they are maintaining the internal environment. Suppose any damage to these particular structures, or suppose if you see the just nervous system there, if there is any damage to the nerve or any damage to the muscle or any damage to the bone, so that leads to a different kind of signs and symptoms where we can easily differentiate whether it is injury belongs to mamsa or injury belongs to the asti, this injury belongs to blood vessels like that. So once if there is injury or any traumatic injury, either it may be locally placed or the system may be involved. So later I will discuss about this point. So this is to maintain the homeostasis of the body. Once that part is injured, then the homeostasis will be abnormal, or abnormal function is going to take place. That is, abnormal homeostasis is going to form within the body. Then vital point, there yesterday already these points told, that only one point I want to highlight here. So why all these structures, they can easily injure the any one of the structure above structures. According to the structure involved, the signs and symptoms are different in a different part of the body. Suppose same nerve is there in the upper limb. If that nerve is damaged, so there is a different signs and symptoms. If the nerve which is supplying the lower limb, if it is damaged, then it is the signs and symptoms is different. In the same manner, it is applicable to different parts of the body, whether it is upper limb, lower limb, the head, neck part, or thorax and abdomen. Is it clear? I am just briefing the yesterday's points, and all this is about just showing the complex structural arrangement. So when we take the cut section of the arm, or if you see that cuts the dissected part of the lower limb, you can see the distribution of nerve and arrangement of the muscle and arrangement of the bone and ligament and tendon all together. There is sannipataha. So this diagram explains about the what sannipata or junction, that we call it as a what here, junction of all these structures. What Ayurveda basically highlights about the concept of marma. There may be a damage to any structure or combination of. There may be a simultaneously damage of muscle, tendon, bone, joint all together. In the same way, so this diagram represents the thoracic part, where in the thoracic part we have basically the heart and lungs are there, and it is supported by cavity called as thoracic cavity. If that cavity is injured, then so many severe deformity or severe health condition we can observe. In the same way, there another diagram showing the abdominal cavity, where abdominal cavity is also very important. If any damage to such part of the body leading to death or very severe conditions, health conditions, severe health hazard conditions. And this diagram is just showing the cranial cavity, where we have the brain and the cerebellum and so many important structures are there. There is a midbrain is there, even the pons, medulla oblongata, that is the brain stem is also there, hypothalamus. So the most common accidental injuries or most common injuries are the head injuries. Our intracranial damages are very important, because once the intracranial hemorrhage or intracranial damage is there, the brain is the main organ which is going to destroy, or person may most of the time, if the such head injuries are there, person will die in 90% of the cases. And other side, this showing the arm and the distribution of blood vessels, how artery and along with the artery, then vein, then along with that nerve and muscle arrangement. This is just for showing the arrangement, structural arrangement, what I have mentioned, asti, mamsa, sira, sandhi, snayu, like that. Then as the just it is a comparative word, snayu marma, asti marma, sandhi marma, like tendon, ligaments, bone, joints. And here it is a muscular, it is a marmani, it is a muscle. Sira marma, we can include the vessels, include both here artery and vein, and as well as is the nerves. Damani marma, it is specially mentioned by Ashtanga Hridaya in 4th chapter, Sharirasthan 41 shloka. And here one more important part, body cavities are also injured. Suppose cranial cavity is there, that may be injured. Thoracic cavity is there, that may be injured. Abdominal cavity is there, pelvic cavity. There are so many stab injuries. Stabbing is using the sharp instrument where you can pass through these cavities, and commonly it is called as stab injuries. So such injuries may damage to the cavities. So all these are basic points regarding the general introduction part of the marma here. So now today's topic is classification of marma. So before going to this, one question to you all. Hello? Getting the things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Any doubt
Yes,
regarding
sir.
the marma definition?
No, sir.
कंफ्यूज हो रहा है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल मैं बोलता हूँ. दिस concept you remember the two words, one is structural base and third one is the injurical aspect. Only two words, because the next shlokas, so when we start with the next other classifications like upper limb marma and other marma, they will highlight location of the marma and they will tell about the injury aspect of that marma. These 2 points you just remember. The structure means they are the marma vastus. Any doubt regarding the previous definitions and other things? And
No,
also called as Jivasthana and also Prana reside. There are so many references are there. I will send PPT today. Just follow the PPT, the content of the PPT. Okay, there are many more references are there regarding definitions. The common definition, it is usually student favorite definition, that is called as Marayanti iti marmani. That means the points which after injury which kills, that is called as marma, but that is not actually true. That is told by Dalanacharya, but the overall definition is the point which gives rise to either pain, severe pain, or any deformity. Deformity we call it as a vikalata, or death or marana. So today's topic is the today's unitized syllabus point is the classifications of marma. Total we have 107 marma. Please follow the PPT slide. Are you? Is it visible? PPT slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can see the
Yes, sir.
limb total 44. 44 means upper limb. Again, we have right side limb and left side limb. Then each limb have got 11 number. That means upper limb we have two right side and left side. Right has got 11 number and left has got 11 number. Total 22.
11.
Same way in the lower limb also, the right leg and the left leg. Each leg it will be 11 and all together it will be 44. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
44 marmas are present in the total all together limbs. It may be upper limb and lower limb. Same way, the trunk here includes the abdomen and the chest. So total number 12 in number. And back means prushtagata marma. Back means what here? Prushta. Back means already that you have dissected trapezius muscle, rhomboideus major, minor, all they are coming on the under the heading of what? Back part, back body, prushtagata. Then 37 number, they are present in the head portion and the neck portion. Clear now? This is what the distribution according to Shakagata. Shaka means according to the locations. So they have made into a 4 classifications. One is the Shakagata marma, that is the according to location. Like now, just now I have told it is limb muscles, trunk muscles, trunk marmas, back marmas, and the head and neck marmas. Then in the second category is the according to parinama, that is the effect of injury. Then the third one is the according to the rachana, that is the on the structural base. Then on fourth one, it is according to pramana, that is the anguli pramana. Is it clear? There is a 4 type of classifications they have made. First classification is according to the location, that is Shakagata marma. Then according to effect of injury, parinama, rachana is structural base, and pramana is anguli pramana. Now we have completed these. Again the number of marmas they are included, and I have made that whole marmas in the table form. Please go through the table form later onwards, not now. I will not highlight those individual marma, because once we start individual marma, that time I will highlight that individual marma. But today it is in general, it is in the form of table. Next, so Shakagata marma are 11 in number. Just go through the slides so that you can understand. The other side you will get the number of marmas. So they are called as like example. Only one example I will highlight, and remaining part you should understand your own. So here Shakagata marma, there it includes 11. It is Kshipra, Kakshadara, Vitapa, Lohitaksha, Bharvi, Ani, Orvik. There is Kurpara, Indrabasti, Janu, Manibandha, Gulfa, Talarudaya, that is Kurcha Shira and Kurcha. Like that, the classifications are there. Later we'll study all these things, don't worry. And just see the classifications here today. And Udaragata means here abdomen. Udara means what here? Abdomen. Both together here, abdomen and chest part. Uraha means Ura is the chest. Udara is the abdomen part. You have both together, the 12 number. Then Prushtagata is the back. The Katika, Taruna, Nitamba, Amsa, Palaka, Amsa, these are the numbers where they are going to form the 14 in numbers. Here on both sides of the body, Amsa means, see, just concentrate on the word Amsa in the Prushtagata Marma, that is showing only one, but it is not one, it is on either side of the body. So here the vertebral column is the center of the body, that is the median plane. So usually there are two Amsa Marma, one on the right side and one on the left side. In the same way, Brahati is also one on the right side and one on the left side. Same way, it is applicable to all the Uraha, Udadara and especially backside Marmas. That is Prushtagata Marmas. Then coming to this Sira and Kantagata, 37 in number. So these basically they are present in the head part and the neck part. So this is the one classification according to Shakagata. So this is one more important classification. This classification is according to Parinama. Parinama means effect of injury. Just concentrate on the words Sadhyo Pranahara Marma, Kalantara Pranahara Marma, Vishalagna, Vaikalyakara and Rujakara. So their name itself indicates that. So what type of effect they can show after the injury. Sadhyo Pranahara means so immediate death or death within some days. It is the immediate death. Sadhya means what? Immediate, sudden death. Sadhyo Pranahara means it's a death. Kalantara Pranahara means it will take some time. Kalantara means it is a time period is taken in this Marma. Then Vishalagna Marma is a typical presentation. Later I will tell you what type and why it is called as Vishalagna Marma. I am just concentrating now the classifications. Vishalagna Marma. Then Vaikalakara Marma means here Vikalata. Word is deformity. Word is what here? Deformity of the any limb, upper limb or lower limb. Then word Rujakara indicates that it is a Ruja means pain, and if such things, if they get damaged or injured, they gives rise to a severe pain because they belongs to the Rujakara, and Ruja is word with the related with the pain. Is it clear now? And their numbers also they have highlighted. Sadhyo Pranahara Marmas are 19 in number. Kalantara Pranahara Marmas are 33 in number. Vishalagna Marma present 33 in number. And Vaikalakara Marmas are 44 in number. And whereas last one, that is the Rujakara Marma, is 8 in number. So please remember these numbers are also very important and these are commonly asked during the Viva. Okay. Next classification is on the basis of structural. Now already if you just see the definition of the Marma, that itself explains about the Mamsa Marma, Sira, Snayu, Asti, all together it forms the when all these join to form, that junction is called as Marma. In the same way here, according to the structure or rather Rachina, we call it as then Mamsa, Sira, Snayu, Asti and Sandhi. And simultaneously please remember numbers here. Mamsa Marmas are 11 in number, Sira 41 number, Snayu is 27 in number, Asti 8 in number, and Sandhigata Marmas are 20 in number. You just see the Sandhi means commonly we have studied Sandhi, no? In the beginning classes, general anatomy classes, we have completed Sandhi. Sandhi means the two varieties Sandhi according to Ayurveda, Chala Sandhi and Sthira Sandhi. So here, Chala Sandhi usually the major joints of the upper limb, lower limb are shoulder joint, elbow and wrist joint. There may be injury to these joints. There, the name itself they have given Janu, Purpura, Gulfa, Manibandha, like that they have given. Then hip joint, then knee joint, and the ankle joint. So they have mentioned few important joints under the heading of Sandhi Marma. So this is a overall classification of Marmas, so that by means of their Rachna base, structural base. Next, and this is according to the Anguli Pramana. That is the area covered by marma. Some areas it may cover 1 Anguli Pramana, that is 2 Anguli Pramana, or 3 Anguli, 4 Anguli, and half Anguli Pramana. So 1 Anguli Pramana number, total number are, they are 12 in number, and 2 Angula 6 in number, and 3 Angula they are 4 in number, and Anguli, that is the 4 Angula Pramana. They say itself, the very important part is 4 Angula Pramana, because so in this category we have Rudaya, Basti, Guda, Nabi, Shringataka, Simanta, Damani, and Matruka. So most of them are belongs to Sadhya Pranahara Marma. Okay, very important. They cover the area approximately 4 Angula Pramana. So this Anguli Pramana is also there. So we'll tell this one more day regarding the Pramana Sharira and other things. And next, half Anguli, the remaining 56 Pramana Marmas are belongs to half Anguli Pramana. Is it clear now? Is it clear, student? You should respond now.
Sir.
Getting the things or what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any doubts
Yes,
regarding
sir.
up to this point classification is concerned?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we highlight more. So among these 4 classifications, which one is the important? Hello? Which?
Yes, sir.
According to you, or what do you think? Which classification is important according to you? You should talk now.
The first one.
Shakhagata.
Shakagata is important. Okay. Why Shakagata
First
is
one, sir.
important, man? Why Shakagata is important? Hello? Now you should talk. I request all the students, please discuss something so that I can move forward. Otherwise, if you are not discussing, so here it is very difficult for us, because I am not seeing you people and you are not seeing me also.
Hidden making.
So which type of classification is important? Whether Shakagata, Parinama, Rachna, or Pramana? Shakagata. Why madam Shakagata? Anything? How come this Shakagata?
Sir, we should know the location of the.
Okay, location of the organ. So now that I'll go back to the previous slide. Now you're getting the Mamsa, Sira, Snayu, Asti, Sandhi. So now this is which type of classification? This is according to Rachna or according to Parinama?
Rachana.
Okay.
Rachana.
Why Rachna? It's very simple, so that you can understand that word by means seeing the words. Mamsa, Sira, Snayu. These are all general anatomy. Remember, general anatomy means we have studied muscle, we have studied blood vessels, we have studied the ligaments, tendons, and we have studied the bones and also joints. And this is very important part. So where if you just concentrate on the name of the marmas here, Sadhya Pranahara means it is also immediate death, Alantara, this classification and this classification. This means what? According to Parinama and according to Rachna, the both are very important, so that injury to such these marmas, they have highlighted more lakshanas, more explanation regarding these 2 marmas. One is Parinama and second one is the Rachna. Okay. Now I'll be highlighting 2 important concepts. One according to Parinama, their classification, and what happened if such marmas are injured or damaged or trauma to the such marmas. Then later I will discuss injury to the according to Rachna here. You just follow the PPT one by one. So that is the Sadhya Pranahara Marma. Predominant. Any problem? I'm getting some noise there. Shall we?
Yes.
Shall I continue? Shall I continue?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Hello? So anyone please just read out this slide. Which are the marmas I am highlighting now? Anyone? Very good.
वैकल्यकाल मर्म,
Okay, nice. Vishalagna. Vishalagna marma and Rujakara marma. Very nice. Now I will discuss about this according to Parinama. So what do you mean by Satyapranahara marma? There they have highlighted, there they have given the Pancha Mahabhuta involved in these marmas. So Sadhya Pranahara marma, basically Agni Guna is predominant. Then in Kalantara Pranahara marma, Soma and Agni Guna, and in Vaikalyakara marma, it is Soma Guna. That is, then in Vishalagna marma, it is a Vayu is the main Panchamahabhuta. Then in Rujakara marma, the Vayu and Agni, these two are the predominating Mahabhutas in the Rujakara marma. I will just brief one by one here. What do you mean by Sadhya Pranahara marma means? So, if any injury to the Sadhya Pranahara marma, that is because of Agni Guna, because what happened if such marmas are damaged or injured or trauma over the Sadhya Pranahara marmas, leading to what? Indriya Artha. That means they will not get the Indriya Jnana. We have 5 sense organs, they lose their function. That is the Indriya Artha Avesta Samprapti. That means the sense organs not able to recognize their functions. For example, the loss of hearing, loss of sense, this vision, loss of taste, like that, they lose their function. Then Mana Buddhi Viparyaya. Then if Sadhya Pranahara marmas if injured, so there is problem with the Mana and Buddhi. These two belongs to the central nervous system, is central nervous system involvement. So the next Pida is the pain. Then later it is going to see the death is going to occur in the later stage. That is called as Sadhya Pranahara marma. So most of them Sadhya Pranahara marma, area of distribution is very important. If you see the area of distribution, I will highlight brief into the area of distribution. The most of the Sadhya Pranahara marmas are present in the head portion, neck portion, chest and abdominal portion, or even in the pelvis and perineum. Pelvis means in the pelvis we have urinary bladder, and in the perineum we have the Guda marma. So like this, just concentrate area of distribution. On the same way, if you concentrate the area of distribution of Kalantara Pranahara marma, most 90% of the Kalantara Pranahara marmas present in the back part, that is the Pushtagata marmas, and very few are present in the chest, and very few are present in the head, and very least in the limbs. But the 90% of the marmas of the back are considered as Kalantara Pranahara marma. Suppose Vaikalyakara marma. Vaikalyakara means what here? Deformity. Deformity usually observed in the or usually seen in the limbs. So all these Vaikalyakara marmas are present only in the limbs. Okay. Next, Vishalagna marma. They have highlighted 3 marmas. That is they are basically present in the head part. Then Rujakara marma, they are present only in the limbs. Only in the what here? Limbs. So just concentrate the area of distribution. Sadhya Pranahara marma means their main location is head, neck, abdomen, including chest. Then Kalantara Pranahara marma, the main area of Kalantara Pranahara marma is the back, that is the Prushta, and few are
Yes, sir.
here, that is the chest and head and limb portion. And Vaikalyakara marmas, almost all, 100% they are present in the limbs, and there are few exceptions, but 90% of the marmas are the Vaikalyakara marmas present in the limbs. Then Vishalagna is the head, then Rujakara is the limbs. So one by one now, Sadhya Pranahara marma, Agni is predominating because of Agni. If there any injury, sudden decrease in the Agni Kshinatva, we call it as what? Sudden, immediate, the Agni Kshinatva leads to the death of the person, or he may survive up to 7 days, but death is sure. Death is what here? Sure. But survive up to what? 7 days. So this is the reference, it is there in the Sushruta Sharir 6th chapter. Same way, if you observe or if you see the explanation of Kalantara Pranahara Marma, there it includes Soma and Agni Guna. Because of Soma Guna, there is degrees, slowly degrees in the life. Slow degrees in the life means he may survive up to 1 month. He may survive up to what here? 1 month. But here, the effect of injury is Dhatukshaya and Vedana. So here, Dhatu means what? Already you know that Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medha, Asti, Majja and Shukra. So one by one, there is degrees in these Dhatus. So person will, once after injury by Kalantara Pranahara Marma, then second one is the Vedana. The Vedana is common in all Marmas. Okay. So this is the because of Soma and Agni Guna and Dhatukshaya, such Lakshanas are observed in the Kalantara Pranahara Marma. More in back, Prashtagata. Next, Vaikalyakara Marma, there is Vikalata or deformity. Deformity means what here? A person cannot walk properly. There is a problem with the gait. Gait means here walking style or sitting style or whatever it may be. There is a deformity means in sense he may lose some actions, some muscle actions that may lead to the deformity of the limbs. It may be upper limb or it may be a lower limb. That is that's what that word is highlighted as Vaikalyakara, Vikalata. The next one is the Vishalagna Marma. Vishalagna Marma is a very typical presentation. It's basically it is present in the head part, that is on the front part of the head. Then Utskshepa and Staphani, these are the examples. So these two are basically present in the head part, and typical presentation is what? Shalya means any foreign body. So Shalya, if it is there in the body, if any stab injury or any accidental injury somewhere, if that material, if it is stuck in the body, that is in the head part, if it is there, then there is no problem. And there no problem means there is no problem with the life. If that particular Shalya or any weapon or anything, if it is removed from that place, from the head part, from that place means what here? From the head part, then immediately Vayu will come out. This is a reference. Vayu will come out and person will die. So this is a explanation, and this is a very typical presentation, and it is called as Vishalagna Marma. That means any gunshot injuries, any bullet injuries, or any sharp stabbing type of injuries in the head part, so that immediately you should not remove the any knife or that weapon from the head portion. Immediately, if you remove it, immediately the Vayu will come out and the person will die. So this is same as the tube with the air. Now we have the tubeless tire, but in previous days where the tubes are filled with the air, once there is a puncture, if you remove the air, then that means if you have damaged that tube, the air will come out. In that same manner, this is Vishalagna Marma is there. Then last one is the Rujakara Marma. Here the Vayu and Agni are predominating Mahabhutas. That Vayu and Agni, because of these two Mahabhutas, there will be a severe pain, severe different type of pain. It may be a pricking pain, throbbing pain, burning pain. There are a number of variety of pains are there. If these, that means if the Rujakara Marma, if it is injured, pain because of Vayu and Agni. Stula is the main sign here. If it is treated properly, then no problem, person will be cured if it is treated properly. If not treated, then that may lead to the deformity, that is the Vikalata. So by seeing this overall presentation, that you can compare with the anatomy here. Sadhya Pranahara Marmas, basically they are present in the center of the body. Center of the body means that includes head portion, neck portion, trunk portion. Trunk here, front of the trunk, that is the chest and abdomen. Then Kalantara Pranahara Marma, they are also present in the center of the body, but on the back side. On the back side is a Prushtagata Marma. Then if you see the Vaikalyakara and Rujakara Marma, they are the appendicular. Appendicular means on the only they are present on the limb side. Then Vishalagna marma is the body cavity injury, that is especially cranial cavity. Remember, Vishalagna marmas are only present, only related with the cranial cavity, not any other cavity, not chest, not here, not in the abdomen. Is it clear? Is it clear? Students should now respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Here I am not reading the shlokas, but if you just follow the Shushruta Sharirasthana, there you will get all these shlokas. So remember, use those particular Sanskrit terms as it is. Okay, don't translate them into some other part, because it is once you should understand the concept of Ayurveda. Now, by seeing this all, Sadhya Pranahara Marma, basically central nervous system injury is a common, spinal cord injury, then cardiovascular system may be involved, because the heart is also present in the chest, then respiratory system problem, then all abdominal, that is excretory system problems, and digestive system organs are also involved in because they are placed in the center of the body. Same way, Kalantara Pranama, PNS, the peripheral nervous means what here? Peripheral nerves means the nerves which are arising from spinal cord. Okay, they are called as peripheral nerves, and no central nervous system, no brain and spinal cord, only peripheral nerves. Next, including part is the sum. This is what just highlighting, just to catch the idea about what exactly the Sadhya Pranahara Marma, Kalantara Pranama, like that. Then tells about the cardiovascular system, Kalantara Pranahara Marma, respiratory, excretory, digestive, like that. Then if you see the Vaikalakara Marma, spinal cord injuries, or any brain clot, any clot in the brain, that may also lead to the paralysis of the patient. Paralysis is nothing but it's a deformity only. After injury, the patient may have clot in the brain, or may damage to the blood vessels which are present in the brain, that may lead to the clot in the brain or deformity. Then spinal cord injuries are very common, that leads to the deformity of the body, lower limb especially. The nerve damage, and muscle, tendon, ligament, bone, because all these are basically the major things, they are basically present in the limbs. Why ligament and tendon here? Ligaments or tendons are present usually around the joints here, and bones forms on either side it forms the joints, upper and lower end. Already you know where upper end is going to join with the other bone and forms the joint, whereas lower end the same way, joint formation. So next, Vishalagna Marma is the body cavity injury, that is the only cranial cavity. Next, the Rujakara Marma is the peripheral nervous system, that is concerned with the pain pathway, because Rujakara word itself highlights about pain, and whole thing is related with the pain pathway. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now all of you are getting the PPT there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Here, every 10 minutes you should respond, otherwise you will sleep. Or otherwise I will sleep here.
Yes, sir.
इधर आप लोग सोते हैं क्या मैं सोऊंगा इधर?
Yes, sir.
Students should, every 10 minutes students should say marma. Say once again, all of you, जोर से बोलो marma.
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 One more time, say जोर से बोलो marma.
Marma.
Okay, thank you. Next, this is the one classification is over. Mama nahi re, mama nahi, marma. Who told that, mama? Please name yourself. I'm not getting the things here. Who told that? Mama.
Sakim.
Students, are you enjoying? Are you enjoying the classes?
No, Sakim.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Enjoying, sir.
Give your opinion.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you enjoying the classes or what?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Last slide. After this slide, I will end up today's class. The last slide is this is about all these references you will get in the Shushruta Sharirasthana regarding the Sadhya Pranahara Marma, Kalantara, and Vaikalakara, Rujakara, and Vishalagna. Okay, is it clear? Next, only one slide is there. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Just
sir.
follow
Yes, sir.
the,
Yes, sir.
follow the slide.
Yes, sir.
Just follow the slide. And all these references are belongs to Ashtanga Hridaya, not by Sushruta Acharya. Please note down. It is now whatever I am going to tell now. All these are basically related, told by Acharya Vagbhata. That is Ashtanga Hridaya, Sharirasthan, 4th chapter, 47 slokas. There you will get all the explanation of these marmas. So this classification is basically explains about the according to the Rachana here. So what happened if such marmas are injured? So bone injury, I'll just brief some modern part now. Then later I will begin with the, I will go with the Ayurvedic part. So मर्म अगर मर्म का बोन का इंजुरी होता है उसका कुछ अलग लक्षण होता है. अगर अस्थि का अगर सेम स्नायु का there is a ligament injury, like that different things are there. Just see there, they have even highlighted very beautifully in Ayurvedic classics also what happened when Mamsa Marmas are injured. So what is the first, now you should tell the one by one, just follow the slide. And then first one among the, that is the Mamsa Marma, which is the first indication when Mamsa get injured or any damage or any injury or any trauma to the Mamsa. Which one is the first Lakshana? Continuous bleeding.
Continuous bleeding.
So continuous क्या होता है? Bleeding होता है.
Bleeding.
Okay. Next is the fluid exudate.
Fluid exudate. Tissue
Fluid
damage.
exudate is commonly seen in when tissue damage is there, and it is called as Srava.
धनश्री माने
Once
बोलो.
Srava means what? Once fluid exudate. आपको मालूम होता है पस आता है ना पस. But it is not a pus. It is same way. There is a fluid comes out from the tissue. That is called as exudate. If Mamsa Marma get injured, these two lakshanas, then yellowish color of the body, Pandu. Pandu means what happened when severe blood loss is there, person looks a yellowish color. Then sense organ loses their function. There is the loss of sense organs, loss of perception of smell, taste, vision. So all these leads to one Mamsa Marma get injured. And last, finally, the death is compulsion. If it is not treated immediately, then death is compulsion. So I want to highlight here something about injury. Injury or the trauma, commonly the term we used as a trauma. It may be any blunt injury. Blunt मतलब आपको मालूम होता है किसी रॉड से मारना, उसको बोलते हैं blunt injury. Stabbing होता है जो शार्प रहता है उसको शरीर के अंदर घुस जाता है. That is called as stab type of injuries. Then accidental injuries from the falling from the bike, then car accidents, all they are included here in the accidental injuries. Then the head injuries are common. But among these, the depth of the injury is also very important. If it is very superficial, then there is no problem. Only local area is damaged. If the injury is very depth injury, then system, hello, madam, what happened? The depth of the injury is also very important, so that the systemic involvement means severe blood loss होने के बाद the patient will go into the shock, hypovolemic shock, or there may be a dysfunction with the cardiovascular system, dysfunction with the respiratory system, or any dysfunction with this cranial central nervous system. Like that, there is this system involvement. Got it? 2 points. One is the local injury where it is not serious, no problem, but once the systems are involved, then there is a very danger situations because of severe injury. Means what here? Severe blood loss only, because cardiovascular system is basically a compact system. Once if it is damaged, blood will come out. So this is the now again I will going back to the Mamsa Marma. So these are the lakshanas. When Asti Marma is damaged, you can see the severe clear fluid exudate from the bone marrow. So Asti Majja, there is a the fluid exudate has the Majja, that is 1 point, and Ruk is the pain. Bone injury means almost all it is a very deep injury. Bone is not superficially placed. Bone is placed very deeply because the bone is itself covered by muscles, itself covered by so many things. So once, if that effect of injury must reach the bone, means that must have very high depth, very in depth of injuries, effect of injury. Okay. So once bones break is there, fractures, there you will see the something which is there inside the bone is called as majja, which is coming out from the bone along with the some fluid, that is called as fluid exudate from the bone marrow. That is the along with the pain. And next very important is this snayu marma. Snayu marma is the when the body is get rigidity, that is the stretching. Rigidity means stiffness of the body. Then convulsions. Then convulsions means abnormal tremoring, abnormal movement, involuntary movement of the body. That is the convulsions. Then rigidity, stiffness, stamba. Then abnormal stretching of the body. Then severe pain, deformity. Vikalata is also observed in the snayu marma because snayu means what here? Ligament or tendon. Basically, they are present around the joints. Ligament means what here? Bone to bone attachments, and tendon means bone to muscle attachment. But basically, they are present around the joints. Then loss of power to work, ashakti. He cannot walk, he cannot sit, like that. Then finally, he may go under the what? Very severe condition, that is the death. Then damani marma. Damani in this present context is the arterial injury. Very true things are very common when arterial injury and venous injury. You should know very well about these two injuries. When arteries are cut, the blood comes with a force. Why the blood comes with a force? Because the heart pumps the blood first through the arteries, so that in the arteries there is a more pressure than the veins. So that once the artery is cut, there is a forceful ejection of the blood with Frodhi, with Sha Shabda Fena, what they have used in Ashtanga Hridaya. Then, if severe loss of blood, hypovolemic shock, unconscious, Vichetana, unconscious, he may go under unconscious. If severe blood loss, if it is not treated, then it may lead to the death also. This is a part there. Two things you should remember. When arteries are cut, the blood ejected with a force. Ejection of the blood is very highly forceful. Okay. Now once the veins are cut, that is siramarma, the blood will flow. Please see the two important word is once artery cut, the blood is ejected forcefully. Once the veins are cut or damaged, just blood will flow. There is no ejection at all. Why? Because why there is no ejection? Because there is no pressure in the venous system. So is it clear? Getting the things what happened when artery and veins are cut? Why? Because of this. So most of the time intravenous injections, when we take the blood from the body, that is we select veins only, not arteries. Arterial injuries are very danger compared to venous injuries or venous damage or rupture of artery or rupture of veins. Is it clear? Then once sira marma damaged, very thick sandra type of fluids, that is the blood comes out, profuse bleeding, heavy bleeding, continuous bleeding, heavy bleeding, continuous or thick viscous bleeding, that is in the form of flow, not in the form of ejection. Then the person may survive with a thirst, giddiness, hallucination. There are the words they are used: hiccup and cough. That is trishna, brahma, moha, hikka, and swasa. And last one, marana. So it is because of the cardiovascular system involvement and because of whole blood is lost. So totally we have 5 liters, approximately we have 5 liters of blood. Once if it is lost more than 1 liter or 500 ml, then patient may suffer from anything like these type of lakshanas. Either it is sira marma or damani marma. Remember, two variations. The arterial injuries are blood ejected with a force, then venous injuries just flow of the blood. Remember these two differences. And last one is There is the Mamsa Asti Snayu Sandhi Marma. Sandhi Marma, where there is the person survived with the shoka. Then lameness. There is the kuni. Lameness means not able to stand, not able to walk properly because of the abnormal gait system. Gait का मतलब होता है walking style और body का एक locomotor system failure. That is the gait. How person walks. If normal walks, normal gait. If limping gait, then abnormal gait. That is the kanjata. Then loss of strength. There is balanasha and loss of chesta. Is the chesta nasha means not able to do activities, not able to do some hard activities. Then last one, dryness, that is shosha. And finally, there we can see joints swelling. There is swelling हो गया, थोड़ा mistake है, swelling करो. There is a joint swelling. That is the parva shofa. So these lakshanas are present when the lakshanas according to Rachana, if any damages to these structures. Okay. So any problem, any discussion you want to discuss anything about present topic?
No, sir.
Now students should talk now. Say marma Joseph. Say marma loudly.
Marma. Marma.
Marma.
Alive. Everyone is alive. Even including teachers.
Marma.
Any doubt? Okay. Any question? You want to discuss anything?
Marma.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
You want to discuss anything?
Marma.
Or you want to tell anything?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Later I will share this
Marma.
PPT through the Google. Hey, listen. Okay. Thank you. And I will share this PPT through the Google Classroom. Please go through the PPTs. See here, not only by reading the PPT and other things, you should practice these marmas, because the next class onwards I'll be dealing with some location type of marma, Shakagata marma, Vidagata marma. So there you will come across the 2 points, location of marma and with the lakshanas. These 2 points will come across during while discussing the Shakagata marmas. So any doubt? If there is no doubt, then now shall we stop the class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Enjoy
Marma, sir.
online classes.
Yes, sir.
Marma.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So bye. Take care of
Bye, bye,
yourself.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Where? Hello. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Hello?
Where? हाँ सर. ಸರ್ ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆನ್ ಸರ್ ಬಾಜು ಹಾಂ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್ ಹಾಂ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್